Hello everyone.
Right.
Good to start now everyone. Okay. My name is Kai Mitchell, otherwise known as Kay, and this is my partner in the scheme, Kelly. First of all, we're from a project run by Virgin Media called The Project, and it takes on young people and allows them to have work experience within the entertainment industry. And it's competitive. If you make the final 10, you get to put on an actual festival, an original festival with Virgin Media, and that'll be like in October. So this is a all good experience in our sector. We both got experience in music, so that's why they placed us here. And I'd just like to say, first of all, it's been a pleasure working with all of you. I've just seen that we both just overwhelmed by experience, taking in a lot, and we've seen that you're all down to earth people. You're all humans. We're all humans, so it's made stuff very easier for us. And yeah.
So we're gonna start then.
Okay. Presenting the Azalea Banks 1991 tour. It's named after her EP, and in this scenario, her EP is yet to be released. So I hope you enjoy what we have to present to you today.
Sorry guys, but I'm in the middle of pulling 2 shows down.
This is fine. Okay.
Hello.
I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Azalea.
Cam, do you want? Oh, there we go.
Okay, so those of you who don't know who she is, she's a rapper, singer and lyricist from Harlem, New York. She first rose in notability in 2011 when she topped Enemy's Cool List. After this, everybody wanted to know who she was, where she'd be next, what she'd be wearing. She then released her first single, 212, as a free download via her website. It then became a viral hit. She was then asked to perform at Coachella, where she was a supporting act. This helped to open her up to a wider audience. She then officially, 3 months later, went on to release 212, which became a European chart success. See, she's not just your average rapper. She doesn't just rap over the conventional hip-hop beats, she kind of raps over 90s kind of house, European sound dance music. She's done all the major festivals, as you can see the Enemy Awards tour, she's still touring, yet to be doing Reading, and she's done Hackney, Coachella, and also Mallorca Rocks. So this would be her first ever debut headlining tour. So for those of people that have seen her at festivals, some people don't really like going to festivals, so basically they can come and just see her in her element. So this is her headlining UK tour.
Also, the feedback from each of these concerts has been, these festivals here, has been immense. As she said, she's not just your average artist, she's got a real niche for herself. The whole rapping on house beats has been done before, but the content, she's known, one thing she's known for is her raunchy content. Some people might describe her as a mix between Little Kim, Eve, Foxy Brown, with a splash of Grace Jones, that attitude right there. So she's got a niece in her character. Her lyrical delivery is, you don't hear much skilled rappers that can cross over into the pop market, and that's actually making an impact right now. She's a natural performer as well. If you search up the footage from Hackney Weekend or Coachella, she had the crowd going nuts. And when I say the crowd's going nuts, if you hear 212, she hardly said 5 words in the whole song, and the whole hour to it, couple tens of thousand in the
Near every
single lyric.
Yeah.
So she's really hot right now. So to find out where we should route our tour, I thought it was a good idea if we could go on her Facebook like page and check out the statistics page. And it says that her most popular city is London, England, in the whole wide world as well. Popular age group is 18 to 24, so it was definitely going to be a 18+ event. General venues where you can have alcohol, etc. People want to have a good time when they listen to Azalea anyway, so you probably need that. London, she's even put on her Twitter, she put a tweet, she's talking about different cities in the world. She said, London is my favourite city after all. After a little rant, she can offer a little Twitter rants. But yeah, so we looked it up, we said, definitely a UK tour. wait, it's the next slide about the tour venues. Okay. I'll get it by then.
Okay. So what we decided to do is we decided to plan a tour around the release of her EP. The advantages of this were the record label already had a certain amount of money set aside for her, so this would help to cover the PR and marketing costs. We also decided to do a back-to-back 3-day tour in order to kind of help reduce costs, as we did negotiate with the promoter to kind of pay for the hotel, but he only said he would do it on the days that she's performing. So she does have a 1-day rest, and we decided to, as London is her favourite city, go with 2 shows in London. We'll expand more on the first show a bit later on, but it's going to be a secret gig. And then she'll do the 19th and 20th.
Now, tour initially, because of her nature of music, and she actually flew over in Europe before she flew in London. I mean, before she flew in New York, which is where she's from, in America, which is where she's from. We initially thought, okay, a European tour might be the best option, but then we looked into it, and because she's still in the up-and-coming status, it was a bit of a liability, a bit of a risk, considering the current economic crisis. Right, the first place we had thought of is the Spain venues, and I opened the newspaper and I saw Spain in the newspaper. I said, nah. I don't think so. And especially on the advice we had about different territories, we thought it was best to aim small and then just build off the reputation of what she will have first. So we said we're just going to go for the UK tour, starting up in Glasgow, just go straight down to Manchester, across to Birmingham, down to London, straight down until we don't make it too complicated, and do end with 2 nights in London.
Okay, so in terms of venue, what we wanted to do is we originally wanted to have something really big, as she does have that huge buzz surrounding her at the moment. But we had to think to ourselves, okay, what about the future prospects for Azealia? So we decided to keep it small. The average capacity for each venue is about 1,000. So we wanted to kind of, basically Coco, for example, they have a balcony within their venue. So depending on how fast tickets were selling, we'd basically open up the balcony and do ticket scaling. So basically have 25 on the top and 20 at the bottom, depending on how fast tickets are selling once again. So we also brought in some supporting acts, just in case Azealia couldn't sell enough tickets. What we did is we decided to, for London Coco, we decided to get Sleepo. He's an up-and-coming MC in the inner city of London. He has a huge buzz. We thought he would be great. For Birmingham, we have Lady Leisha. She's actually from Birmingham, so she already has a following within that area. Also the same as Roxanne, she's a feisty MC. She's from Manchester. She has such a huge following there. And Stushy, we decided to go with them because they were having a tour in Glasgow around the same time, so we thought it would be easy to kind of rope them into the show. Yeah.
PR, now, there's going to be several factors to promotion for this tour. One of the main things will be the record label, actually, as it is centered around a release. So I'm sure they'll be more than willing to collaborate with the show, as it will obviously boost the record sales. We also brought in a couple of sponsors. BlackBerry will be the main sponsor of the actual secret gig, which is, you want to explain about that one?
Yeah, so what we decided, because the EP is coming out, we decided to have a barcode at the back of the CD. So BlackBerry users, what they do in order to enter the competition, they'd have to scan the barcode with their phone, and this would automatically enter them into the competition. So after this, BlackBerry would actually get back to them to tell them whether they've won a limited ticket to this secret gig. For those who don't win a ticket, what we have done through BlackBerry is we're getting them to stream the show live via their website, so everybody could get a chance to see Azealia in her element. And there'll only be 100 tickets for this exclusive one-off show, and the reason why we wanted to stream it live was because for the future, once again, if Azealia wanted to come back to London, there would be a demand for her based on this one-off unique show.
The secret gig, this is the one-off show we're talking about. We've chosen the Old Vic Tunnels, which is in Waterloo.
Yeah, it's like an old underground station. It's quite industrial, it's derelict, it's gritty. It's exactly what Azealia is all about. They actually do have a performance stage inside the venue. And this is where we decided to have our secret gig.
Sponsorship. We chose Adidas first and foremost because they were probably the original sponsors in hip hop music. So they're not shy to sponsor from X, Run DMC. But what they represent, being youthful, active, energized, cool, she represents all of that in her character as well. So I'm sure if we can easily get sponsorship from Adidas for the tour. BlackBerry as well, we mentioned them for the secret gig. Budget. Now, if you haven't noticed, passing around, we've got some one sheets, and obviously this is like the accommodation details on here. This is probably what we'll pass to the promoters. For each promoter, for each venue, oh, it changed to dollars. Those pounds are for. We've asked them to cover at basis just the accommodation details. So we've got on our behalf. On the artist's behalf, we're taking in, this is all dollars now, it's not in pounds, but we're taking in about 114,930 for the artist. Each promoter could take in 20,820, and that's after they've paid for the flight. Paid for the accommodation as well. So it's a fair deal if they've already considered us from who the artist is. Then we just show them the numbers, and I think it's quite a win-win situation considering she's on the come up as well. So the price for her can't be too high, but at the same time, it's high enough for what we think. It's about what we think she's worth. We personally think she could sell out much more tickets than this. She could do bigger venues, but we said let's just do average capacity around 1,000, between 1,500, just so it oversells, builds that good reputation. And then, obviously, we won't be making as much as she's worth right now, but it's
all about the future.
That's it. Okay. Also, on the back of it, we've done a flyer, rough draft of a flyer for the tour. And it's my favourite little bit. It's also got a little QR code in there as well, so you can, if you got QR reader on your phone,
you can actually use it right now on your phone and take you straight to the website.
Let me do it real quick. So, obviously this in itself is just like current technology, so just seeing this will kind of sell the tour a bit more to say, okay, it's quirky, it's up to date, it's trendy. You just put a lot of people have these on their phone nowadays. Just scan the code.
It actually does work, by the way.
I tried it like 50 times before to make sure. I must have got tired of going to the webpage.
But you can try it later
Yeah.
if you want to, and it will take you to the website.
Does anyone have any questions for the guys?
I just come knocking on your doors to show it to you. But yeah, basically that will just take you through to the actual webpage. It's sad as well because we actually made a Facebook webpage as well that it takes you through to, so there's demo, but that's cool. That's about it for now, so we can say any questions, anyone?
just want to thank you for your time, and we want to thank you guys, each and every single one of you, for inspiring us,